Welcome to this yoga practice, which is a deep stretch for your hips, hamstrings, and low back. You don't need any props for this practice, but if you are very tight in your hips and hamstrings, having a blanket or pillow close by that you can sit up on in some poses will help you to find a tilt in your pelvis, which helps you to really feel into good alignment in your stretches. So have one close by if you feel like you may need that. And we're going to start out sitting down on our mats. All of our poses today will be sitting with a few reclining ones at the end. And so you can place your feet on the floor with your knees bent, not too far away, not too close, and put your hands on the floor behind you with a little support from your fingertips. Sit up nice and tall through your chest, take a deep breath in, and slow breath out. Relax what you can from your shoulders in this position. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let both knees go to the left. So we'll start out with some windshield wipers to warm up the hips a little bit. Inhale, come up to center. And exhale, take the knees to the right. It's okay for your hips to rotate with this. You're just warming up. Inhale, center, and exhale to the left. This is where you'll also spend some time tuning into your breath. A slow and deep breath in brings your knees up. And exhale, let the knees drift to the right. Left hip can roll up, okay. Inhale, come back up to center. Over to the left. Back up to the middle. And over to the right. Inhale, back to center. And let's come into our first pose. So both knees will continue to the left like they just did, and just sit up. So you're more like a deer pose now. If you wish, you can tuck your right foot in a little closer, make this right leg comfy. Continue to rise up through the top of your head and spine, and rotate to the left. Bring both hands around to the floor. Once you feel in your fullest rotation without force, start to lower down to your forearms. And you're generally feeling like your chest is moving to the left. So walk your elbows around that way. And our target area here is through the right waist and outside of the right hip. If you feel it elsewhere, though, that's fine. Just breathe. Relax your jaw and your eyes. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can stretch your right hand out away from you and to the left. You can even lower down further with your torso and rest your head down. Keep softening what you can. Notice if there's places that are resisting, that don't need to be working that hard. And start to carefully climb your way out from whichever height you are at. And as you turn back around to the direction we started in, you'll unhook this right knee and tuck your left foot in. So your right knee is up, your left foot still tucked in across you. Take a hold of your right foot and let's go inside of the right knee with the right arm to hold the outside of your foot. Sit up tall now. If this left knee feels a little bit bound up here, you can stretch the left leg out straight here. This works just as well in that position, though you may feel like you need to sit up on your blanket for an assist in that if your hamstrings are tight. And to pick up the right heel, exhale, draw the knee in. And on your next inhale, start to kick your right foot up and away from you. If your hamstrings are on the tighter side, don't force them to straighten here. Just press to where you feel a stretch. And bend your knee in towards the side of your torso as you exhale, like a half happy baby, seated. Inhale, stretch your right foot up and away. The knee can be straight or bent. Exhale, pull it in. We're just waking up the hips and hamstrings here. And go again, press up and away. Pull it in. And up and away. And in. Let's just hold that heron pose for a moment. Foot out away from you, knee can be bent, or the leg can be straight, but the spine is straight. That's your main priority. Chest is up, shoulders roll down. Let's bring the right foot into Lord of the Fishes. So you can place your right foot to the inside of the left shin. This works the same if your left leg is straight. The right foot can be the inside, or you can pick it up and try to the outside, which will get you a slightly deeper hip stretch in this. So you might have to shuffle around a bit. Move your left foot out from underneath your bum and start to sit down through the outside of your right hip or the right side of your bum. Sit up tall. And start to rotate, using your left hand or your left elbow to hook your right knee in towards your left collarbone. So even though we're coming in here for a twist, our priority is hugging the knee in and across. So you actually are getting a hip stretch here too. Squeezing the knee in towards your chest. And the shoulders roll down as the crown lifts up. Just another couple of breaths, sealing the right side down a little more. More carefully unravel from this. And slide the right foot out to cross directly in front of your left in a cross-legged seat. So when you're in your cross-legged seat, if you just lift your bum up and set back down again, if your tailbone tucks under you because your hips are on the tighter side, slide your blanket or your pillow in under your bum, just to the edge of it, and see if I can help you start to tilt forwards with your pelvis instead of scooping backwards. And that will help you to target your hips when you stretch rather than rounding your back. We'll take a breath in, hands to knees, lift up the chest, and start to lean out over the shins. You might put your fingertips on the floor. If you're feeling a good stretch here, hold that position. You might put your palms down. You may pop your elbows down. You may rest your head on your hands. Find the height where you're stretching your hips without any force. And keep thinking about stretching your torso longer. So not more rounded, almost more lifted. Like your chest could reach past your shins. And breathe as if you could breathe into your hips. If your hands are down or your forearms are down, maybe you creep them a little bit further away from you. Getting more length in the spine. Keep your hips sealed down to the blanket or the floor. And we'll start to climb the hands back in. If you were sitting on the edge of your blanket, just move it out of your way so it's not too awkward in the next pose, and pick up your knees. Lean back onto your hands a little bit. Give your legs a switch to the left and to the right and to the left and to the right. So just a little more fluid than our first round. But the next time you come to the right, we're going to hold there and come into deer pose again. So you'll sit up. If you want to tuck your left foot in a little bit closer for comfort, go ahead. Start to rotate to your right. When you get to your rotation, lower down to your forearms. And keep edging your forearms to the right until you feel a stretch through the left waist. Stop at this first position on your forearms. Pulling your left shoulder away from your left hip. And taking your breath as if you could breathe into the left waist and low back. If you wish to deepen it, if you did on the other side and it feels appropriate on this side, take your left arm out and away and towards the top right from where you are here. You could lower your head down if that feels comfortable. And start to climb your way back up, please, Yogi. All the way around. And as you do come up and around, you'll unhook that left foot so it's not bound up anymore, and tuck your right foot in close to you. Sit up tall and take your left hand to hold the outside of your left foot. So your arms inside of your left knee again. And pick up your left foot off the floor. A reminder, if your right knee doesn't love this position, you could have your right leg straight through this whole next sequence until the cross-legged fold, and it works just the same. So sit up tall, please, and start on your inhale to press the left foot away from you and just acknowledge where you feel some resistance. Hold there without force. And as you exhale, pull your knee in towards the side of your torso. Inhale, press the left leg away. Exhale, pull it in. Keeping the spine upright. Inhale, press the foot forwards and up. Exhale in. One more time. Stretch the left leg up. Knee can be a little bit bent or a lot bent if you're tighter today. It could be straight if that feels accessible without force. Chest is up. Just a couple of deep breaths in heron pose. And bend your left knee and come into Lord of the Fishes. So left foot to in front of the right shin is your first option. Or left leg to the outside of the right thigh is your second option. Move your right foot out from under your bum if you take your left foot over the top. Sit up tall as you seal the left side of your sit bones down. I'm going to wrap your right hand or elbow around your left knee and start to rotate. Use your left hand as an anchor behind you. But remember that while we're twisting here, which is great for the spinal mobility and flexibility, we're also hugging the left knee in towards the right collarbone to target into the left outer hip. And that stretch there. Give it another squeeze. Just find a little bit extra stretch. And carefully unwind yourself. Slide that left shin in front of your right now. A reminder that if you feel your tailbone scooped under you, if your pelvis tilts backwards when you're sitting on the floor, to grab something to sit up onto. And if you're using a blanket or pillow, it's really just the edge of it helps you to tilt. And breathe in. And take this forwards with the chest. Either rest on your fingertips or palms. If you're here and there's not yet a sensation of stretch, lower down further. Keeping your back not too rounded. You feel like you're almost lifting your chest rather than rounding it down. And if you can rest your head on your hands or the floor comfortably, you're welcome to do that too. And each inhale is feeling like you're moving the sternum, the center of your chest, forwards past your shins. And the exhales are where you gently deepen. Take another lengthening inhale. And deepening exhale, maybe you walk your hands a little bit further forwards for these last few breaths. And carefully walk your way back up out of this. Lean back to release your legs. And if you need to just give them a little shimmy side to side again, you can. We'll stretch the right leg all the way out straight. And this is another position or sequence where your blanket under your hips might be useful if you're on the tighter side. And to pull your left foot into the inner right leg. And this can be anywhere. It can be a little further away or closer in, just depending on where feels most comfortable for you. Sit up, please, and turn to your left. So you're turning towards your bent knee. Take your left hand up to the ceiling and start the side stretch. So bring your right hand inside of your right calf, maybe your elbow inside of the knee, depends on how far you can reach. And if the blanket feels a bit funky in this one, you can just slide it out from under you. It can be a bit peculiar in this pose. But reach your left hand in a direction where your right foot is. And to target your left waist, here and into the low back, see how it feels to keep light pressure from the right arm inside of a right leg, whether that's your hand or your elbow, which keeps rotating your collarbones subtly to the ceiling. And let's find a stretch that feels good. Now, if you have a deep Janushasana here, you can rotate your thumb down and little finger up to hold the foot with the right hand. You might reach your left hand to your right foot. That's also an option. But if it makes you really round down and lose that lovely stretch through the low back there, it's maybe better to be a little higher where you can breathe and feel a stretch. Direct all your breath and attention towards this left low back area, like you're sealing the left side of your bum down. If you feel like your right underside, your right waist, sort of concertinoing up, you could try and give that a little bit extra length. So the right underarm kind of tries to get away from your right hip. And we'll come up nice and carefully. As you come up about 3/4 of the way, pull your right shoulder back so you square towards your right leg. Keep your left hand up and now pull the right hip back, and if you've got your blanket there, perch on the edge of it and lean out. So this is another position at which the blanket just helps you with your forward tilt of your pelvis. So rather than starting from a rounded, tucked posterior tilt position, you have the alignment that allows your spine to stay quite natural feeling, not too rounded. Now your hands might rest either side of the knee. They might rest by your calf, or you might rest the hands around your foot. And just breathe. Some people feel some discomfort in the knee here, and you don't really want to pull your knee at all. You don't want to feel the connection points of the muscles that we're stretching. And so what can help some people is to slide the right hand, the right forearm underneath the knee as they fold, and it keeps a really soft bend there that can help. So if ever you feel that discomfort, you can play around with that position. And we'll come up, please, Yogi. Sit all the way up. We're going to lift the left foot now and bring it up on top of your right knee. You can choose to slide off your blanket for this next one, or just go a bit higher onto it. Lean back and slide your right foot in. So now we're in a figure four. Your option is to hold on to the floor with both hands. This is really good if you're on the tighter side, because you can slightly lean back and keep your chest lifted. And if you're feeling good about that in a supportive position, you may hold that, or you can go a little deeper by wrapping your hands or your elbows around your left foot or left shin. So now we're targeting the left hip and a deep left hip stretch. And if it starts to go away, if you start to not feel the left hip stretch, it might be that you start to get tired and slouch a little bit and tuck your tailbone under. And so keep lifting up. And you can always come back into the fingertips on the floor if it's that your back's getting tired. And just a couple more breaths here. Carefully release the hold of your shin if you had your arms wrapped around it. We're going to slide your right foot across to the left side of your mat, your right shin parallel. Now, before we go all the way into this, if this starts to feel really tight and bound up, move your left shin in front of your right so you can come back into a cross-legged seat like we did a few minutes ago. But if it's possible for you and not uncomfortable or painful for you to come into fire log pose, you can stack your left shin directly on top of your right. The temptation can be to tuck your feet in really close on this one, which won't necessarily get you as deep a stretch as you might be looking for if you've come to this session. So keep your shins parallel to the front. I have a little gap here. If your left knee does rest on your right ankle, let it rest there. If you have a bigger gap, if everything's up and this feels horrible, you can always come back into this cross-legged stretch. Okay, so I know how that feels. I spent many a year very bound up in this pose, so it is a difficult one. If you are in your fire log with minimal or no gap between your left knee and ankle, you might take this into a fold. So you've got two options here, fire log fold or cross-legged fold again. So another expression of hip stretch. Keep relaxing through the hips. Notice where's tense. And you can start to rise up and carefully unwind yourself, stretch out the bottom leg and stretch out the top leg. Shimmy up onto your blanket if you're using it. I'm going to have both legs straight And your feet about hips distance can be nice. You're welcome to keep them right next to each other, but just like in a standing forward fold, your seated one can feel more accessible with the feet a little apart. Take both hands up, breathe in, start to hinge forwards. Rest your hands either side of the knees, the shins, or at the feet. Now, if you were sitting quite far back on your blanket like I was in the last poses, shimmy forwards a bit so it's helping you with your tilt again. And it's better, I believe anyway, to be higher up, but with really lovely alignment where you're not overly round in your back, you're not causing the back tension and strain, but you're feeling a generous stretch in your calf or hamstring. Better to be higher and there than rounded and uncomfortable in a deep expression that's really stressing your back out and not stretching your legs. So find a height that feels sustainable, where the stretch is in your legs, and you can breathe. Your neck remains long, so if you feel yourself tucking your chin really close in, just gently pick up through the back of your head. And we'll sit our way up and slide your right foot into the inner left leg, so Janu Shasana position. You might move your blanket out from under you or just work around it a little bit in this next position. Turn towards your right knee. Lift your right hand up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Start the side body stretch on this side. So once again, it's your hand or your elbow just inside of the left knee for gentle pressure there, which helps you rotate the torso open to the ceiling. So the front body towards the sky, just a little bit. Remember your options are to remain here floating. Those of you with a deep side body stretch, you can take your left hand in reverse grip around the left foot. You might choose to hold the right foot too with the left foot with your right hand. But if that makes you turn your torso down to the sky and you stop that lovely stretch through the side body and low back, come up and realign. Find a height where you get in the area that you're looking to stretch. And direct your breath down towards the right waist. And if it feels possible, you could also subtly feel like you're lengthening your left underarm away from your left waist, making your whole torso longer. And we'll come up. Start to rotate towards your left leg. You can pull your left hip up onto your blanket for your alignment here. Rotating towards the left foot, right hand reaches out and across. It can come to the outside of the knee, the calf, or you can reach the foot if that's comfortable. Do another lengthening inhale, pick up your chest, and exhale, find a depth that you can sustain. I'm not worried in any way about how the pose looks. Focus entirely on targeting sensation in the hamstring and calf, and or calf. The hinge coming from the hips and pelvis, so you're not having to round your back. And a reminder of that little assist, if you feel some tension behind your knee, you can slide your left fist or forearm, just your hand underneath the knee there to give it a soft bend, which can make life more comfortable. Carefully start to rise. As you come upright, you can lean back a little bit. And we'll cross your right ankle onto your left knee, left thigh. Lean back into the left or into the hands and slide your left foot in towards you, coming into your figure 4 shape. And you've got the same options you had on the other side, is to lift the chest, roll the shoulder blades together and hold yourself up on the hands there. So the arms support in your alignment. If this feels good, but you'd like to go a little bit deeper, use the hands to hold on to the knee and the foot, or wrap your left elbow around your right foot and your right elbow around your right knee. And walk the left leg in until you feel just the right degree of stretch. Breathe as if you could actually breathe into your right hip. Maintaining the length in your back, that postural alignment upright. If you start to get tired and feel a slouch creeping in, you could choose to come back to your hands for the support. Let's take this into our extra hip stretch. So you're going to wiggle your left foot across towards the right side of your mat. And as you start to go into this, if immediately you're like, oh, hang on, this feels too much, cross your right shin in front of your left, coming into a really shin parallel to the front of a mat, a wide-footed cross-legged fold. You'll get all of the same benefits as a fire log in that. If it feels okay to keep your right ankle on your left knee, start to bring it down. Letting the right knee rest on the inner left ankle if you can. Resist the urge to pull your feet in, though do make it a comfortable position for you. Adjust it as much as you need to. You can use props to support you. If you feel like everything is up off of the floor, I recommend coming to this pose for the time being and building in the space that way over time. You never want to feel any pain in your knees. So make sure you can access the pose, and you might feel the benefits sitting up here. This could be awesome. If you're here and you're not yet feeling your desired level of stretch, start to lean forwards. Rest on your hands or your forearms. Relaxing your hips as best you can. Using your inhales to make your spine longer. And start to climb your way up, please, yogi. And stretch your legs all the way out. Might take you a second to unwind that. If you had crept off your blanket, if you're using one, slide your way back up onto it if you need it for your forward fold. Just wiggle a little bit so your tailbone isn't scooped under you. We'll get the legs straight. You can have them really close or have them a little bit further apart. Take your hands out, breathe in. As you exhale, come back into your forward fold. You can close your eyes and just be with the sensations of the pose.
Just a couple more breaths in this, yogi. You can roll your way back up on an in-breath. Shrug your shoulders up, and as you exhale, roll it down, sitting up tall. You can start to walk your feet in a little bit and switch your position. If you're on your blanket, move it out of your way and lie all the way down to your back, please, yogi. So you can just lie straight back. If you want your pillow under your head, you can place it there for a comfortable position in your neck. Let's place the left foot onto the floor with your knee bent. And stretch your right foot up to the ceiling. Hold onto your thigh if you can reach it. And gently start to pull your right leg up towards your head end of your mat. Now, if you've got the reach, you might switch your position to your calf. You might even hold your foot if that's comfy. That's our final hamstring stretch here. Release your right leg, cross your right ankle onto your left knee. It should still be there for you. Lift the left foot up towards you. Take a hold of your left thigh. Squeeze it in. Just one more little hip stretch here, or quite big hip stretch. Relax the low back down. Relax your shoulders. Release this. Keep your figure four. Let both legs go to the left so the sole of your right foot lands. Hold on to your right ankle with your left hand and reach your right hand off the right side of your mat. Gently pull this right ribs down towards the mat and press your right knee away from you. And just play around with that position for a few breaths, giving your right waist and right low back its last stretch here, reclining. Carefully release this. Lift your legs up. Uncross your right leg from your left. Place your foot on the floor and stretch your left foot up to the ceiling. Hold on to your thigh. If this is a comfortable reach and you want to switch to your calf or your foot, feel free. If you feel the back of your knee pulling, bend your knee a tiny bit. You want to feel it really much in the calf or the belly of your hamstring. We'll release the left ankle onto the right knee. Figure four again. Pull your right leg in towards you and hold on to your thigh. Give the left foot a little flex so the ankle doesn't strain there. And gently maybe rock around, relax your low back. A few more breaths in the direction of your left hip. And release this. And take your legs over to the right. The sole of the left foot finds the ground. Your right hand can hold your ankle. And play around with the position of your left knee and waist until you find the stretch around the left hip and outside through your low back. Turn your head to the left. You can lift your head to neutral, unwind the feet at some point as they come back to neutral. Shimmy around, find the middle of your mat, and stretch your legs all the way out into Shavasana. Adjust the position of your hips and your shoulders. If this feels a little tight in your low back, you can have your knees bent and your feet on the floor, or you can hook your knees over your bolster or over some elevation, your blanket. Just relax your legs. Relax your glutes. Let go of control of your breath and let the belly move easy with your gentle inhale and exhale. Let your shoulders relax into your mat. And relax all of the tiny muscles in your face. Please spend as long here as you like. If you need a few more minutes, just remain here. If you're ready to continue with your day or your evening, start to walk your feet in towards you. Lift your bum, and place the low back down and pull your knees all the way into your torso. Give yourself a little rock side to side. And continue to rock side to side until you rock all the way over to your side. And press your way gradually up to a comfortable seat once again. And let your hands rest together in front of you. Take a moment to express to yourself some words of gratitude for coming to your mat today. And let's breathe in and out. Thank you for your practice. Namaste. To keep up to date with new Paradigm Yoga videos, please remember to subscribe. Thank you.